Hey everyone, welcome back. Are you ready to jump into another deep dive with us today?
Absolutely. I'm excited for this one.
Today we're looking into a career path that really keeps things moving. Rolling stock electricians.
A critical part of the rail industry, that's for sure.
We actually got some great resources sent in from one of our listeners on this one.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it looks like they pulled some career guides and interview prep materials from RoleCatcher.
Nice. Those are really helpful when you're considering a career like this.
So that's what we'll be digging into today, getting a sense for what this job is all about, how you'd get started, and what it takes to thrive as a rolling stock electrician.
Sounds good. Let's dive in.
So I have to admit, when I hear electrician, my mind goes straight to, like, rewiring a house.
Yeah, pretty standard image, right?
But we're talking about trains here.
The whole different ballgame, that's for sure.
What does a rolling stock electrician actually do on the job?
Well, forget about just fixing a lamp.
Okay, so we're not talking about changing light bulbs all day.
Definitely not. Think about those times you've been stuck on a delayed train because the doors wouldn't close. Or maybe the AC was out on the hottest day of summer.
Ugh, the worst.
That's where a rolling stock electrician comes in.
They're the ones who keep everything running smoothly.
They handle everything from the air conditioning to the complex braking systems, ensuring a safe and comfortable ride for passengers.
Wow. So we're talking some really crucial systems here.
Absolutely. These systems are intricate and high-tech.
This isn't just your basic electrical work, is it?
No way. You're talking about the control systems for high-speed trains, the sensor networks that prevent derailments. It's a whole other level.
That's a lot more complex than I ever imagined.
It's a blend of electrical engineering, mechanical skills, and serious problem-solving abilities.
And all of this is happening behind the scenes while we're just trying to get where we need to go.
Exactly. Most people don't realize the complexity involved. Speaking of which, the RoleCatcher guide actually mentions rolling stock.
Oh, right, I saw that. What does that even mean?
It's a cool term for all those vehicles you see on the railway. You know, locomotives, passenger cars, freight cars, the whole shebang.
So a rolling stock electrician needs to be familiar with all of those different systems.
Yep. And that's part of what makes the career so interesting.
You get to work on a variety of things.
Absolutely. One day you might be on a vintage locomotive. The next day, a brand new electric train powered by renewable energy.
Oh, wow.
It's a constantly evolving field, especially now with all the advancements in automation and digital technology.
We're really working on the cutting edge of transportation then.
You couldn't say that, yeah. But with all that cutting-edge tech comes a huge responsibility.
How so?
Well, think about it. A malfunctioning electrical system on a train could have some really serious consequences.
It's not just a minor inconvenience. It could be dangerous.
Exactly. These technicians play a direct role in passenger safety, making sure those trains run smoothly and reliably.
They've got a lot riding on their shoulders.
They do. It's a high-pressure job, but incredibly rewarding at the same time.
I can imagine knowing you're responsible for keeping so many people safe.
It's more than just a job, that's for sure.
So with all that responsibility, what kind of rewards are we talking about here?
Well, that's a great question. Let's delve into the career path and benefits next.
Rewards are good, but I imagine a lot of our listeners are probably wondering what it actually takes to get into this line of work.
Yeah, it's not like you just wake up one day and decide to be a rolling stock electrician, right?
So where do you begin? What are the steps to becoming one?
Well, according to the RoleCatcher guide, it all starts with a solid foundation. A high school diploma or equivalent.
Okay, makes sense. You need that basic education.
From there, you'd usually find yourself heading down one of two tracks, apprenticeships or entry-level positions.
Apprenticeships. Those are always fascinating to me. What's involved in an apprenticeship for a rolling stock electrician?
So, imagine this. You're paired up with these seasoned electricians, right? You're getting hands-on experience in maintenance depots, learning the ropes on actual trains, all under the watchful eye of a pro, of course.
Wow, that's learning by doing right there. What about entry-level positions? What kind of tasks would someone in those roles be handling?
Think of it as building your knowledge base. You might be assisting more experienced technicians, maybe tackling some routine maintenance, diving into technical manuals.
So it's a good mix of practical experience and hitting the books then.
Exactly. It's all about soaking up as much knowledge as you can from those who have been there and done that.
Okay, so you've put in the work, you've learned the ropes. Now what? What does the career progression look like from there?
Well, as you gain experience and expertise, you can start climbing that career ladder.
There's room for growth in this field.
Oh, absolutely. RoleCatcher outlines different stages, from entry level all the way up to senior rolling stock electrician.
Wow, senior level. That sounds like quite a journey.
And it doesn't even stop there. You could even move into supervisory or management roles down the line.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Real career trajectory potential. I'm guessing those advancements come with more responsibility, right?
Definitely, you're taking on bigger challenges, overseeing more complex projects. But here's the good part.
Let me guess, the salary increases too.
You got it. The guide mentions a starting salary around $55,000 on average, which isn't too shabby.
That's a pretty solid starting point for sure.
And it gets better. With experience, additional certifications, you're looking at potentially $70,000 to $90,000 per year.
Wow, those are some serious numbers.
Even higher for specialized roles, too.
So you're not just keeping the trains on track, you're securing your own financial future at the same time. But, we've talked a lot about the positives here, and the RoleCatcher guide does a pretty good job of highlighting those. What about the flip side?
You're talking about the challenges.
Exactly, because no job is perfect, right? We touched on the responsibility aspect, the pressure of ensuring passenger safety, but what about the day-to-day realities?
Well, for starters, it's not always the most glamorous job.
Okay, so you're not always working in a pristine, climate-controlled environment.
Let's just say you'll be spending a fair amount of time outdoors.
And I'm guessing that means dealing with whatever Mother Nature throws your way.
Rain or shine, heat or snow, you're out there keeping those trains moving.
Okay, so maybe trade those steel-toed boots for snow boots every now and then.
Exactly. And sometimes you'll find yourself working in cramped spaces, maybe even at heights.
So it's not just about technical skills. It takes physical stamina and a certain level of comfort in challenging environments.
You hit the nail on the head. It's a career that demands both mental and physical resilience.
That's a good point. We've covered a lot of ground here. The day-to-day tasks, the career progression, even touched on the salary potential and some of those challenges. But let's face it, often the biggest hurdle to landing that dream job is the interview. Yeah, the interview, it can be nerve-wracking, especially when you're trying to impress in a specialized field like this.
I hear you, but luckily the RoleCatcher guy you sent over has a whole section on interview questions.
Oh, perfect. So we can get some insider tips right from the source.
Exactly. It's like getting a sneak peek into the minds of those hiring managers.
Okay, well, don't keep us in suspense. What kind of questions should someone be ready for in a rolling stock electrician interview?
Well, you can definitely expect some technical questions, things like, describe your experience with high voltage systems.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. They want to make sure you can handle the technical side of things.
Right. Or they might ask, how would you go about troubleshooting a malfunctioning door control system?
So be prepared to think on your feet.
Exactly. And it's not just about reciting textbook answers. They'll be watching how you think, how you approach a problem.
So they want to see your problem-solving skills in action.
Precisely. They might even ask something like, tell me about a time you faced a challenging electrical fault. How did you diagnose and resolve it?
The classic, tell me about a time question.
It's a classic for a reason. It really forces you to show, not just tell, what you're capable of.
Absolutely. And since safety is such a huge deal in this field, I'm guessing there are questions about that too.
You bet. They might ask something like, what safety protocols would you follow when working on a live electrical system?
Smart. They want to see that you're safety conscious.
Safety is paramount in the rail industry, so that's a major thing they'll be looking for.
It's not just about knowing your stuff. It's about being responsible and safe while you're doing it.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of showing some enthusiasm during the interview.
Right. They want to see that you're actually excited about this kind of work.
Exactly. Be ready to talk about what interests you about this career path, what excites you about the future of rail technology.
Show them you're not just looking for any job. You're looking for a career that you can be passionate about.
Well said.
Well, I have to say, I'm feeling pretty energized about rolling stock electricians now. It's clear they play a vital role in keeping our trains running safely and efficiently.
Me too. It's one of those careers that often flies under the radar, but is so essential to our daily lives.
Absolutely. We've uncovered so much in this deep dive. The technical aspects, the career progression, the challenges, the rewards, even those all-important interview tips.
It's been quite a journey.
It has. But as we approach the final station for this deep dive, the most crucial question remains, is this the career path that's calling your name?
Is it sparking your interest?
Does it ignite a passion for problem solving, working with your hands, and being a crucial part of a system that keeps millions of people moving every day?
Only you can answer that.
So until next time, keep exploring, Keep asking those big questions and keep on learning.